束ねる星の息吹、輝ける命の本流、受けるがいい。XS タイマー。
So Fate Grand Order's been around for a while now, and I've always been wondering what else they can do with the franchise other than have the mobile game. And we've seen some other things with the Fate series, like, Fate Unlimited Codes, that one fighting game for the PSP, I believe, that was just about Fate Stay Night. And we've seen Fate Grand Order Arcade, and Fate Extella and Extella Link. And I think there might be some others out there, but I can't remember them right now. But when it comes to Fate Grand Order, there's always been that thought in my mind that maybe they should try something new with the game now, like, add a game on the side, for instance. And, ever since I've seen Fate Grand Order Versus, a game that's been produced by the one and only Arc System Works, the same developers behind Dragon Ball FighterZ, like one of the most popular fighting games around right now. I've always wondered, why didn't they do the same for Fate Grand Order? And maybe 2020 is the year that they actually decide that they're going to start developing one, because Fate is such a massive franchise, especially Fate Grand Order. It all started with the visual novel of Fate Stay Night, right? But at this point, Fate Grand Order is like the big thing that pulls in most of the fans nowadays, and it keeps growing and growing every year, and we're getting new anime and stuff like that just targeted around Fate Grand Order. That I think it's time, I think it's time that they knuckled down and decided to make a 2D fighting game for Fate Grand Order. So I kind of sat down and made up this mock-up image on Photoshop of what it could look like to have a fighting game for Fate Grand Order. Very similar to the way they're handling the Grand Blue Fantasy Versus game. When they have, as you can see in the top, underneath the health bars, I've put in each individual skill, the characters, and maybe they can incorporate a way of using the different skills they have. And then obviously the MPs would be their super attack. It makes sense, right? You could probably make a fighting game out of any franchise, to be honest. But with FGO, it's kind of already there. Like, you've got all the elements to make the fighting game. Even League of Legends, they're starting to develop a fighting game for them. So, everything points towards this direction. Other than sort of the fans' response, because obviously fighting games aren't for everybody. Not everybody loves to play fighting games or would like to spend as much time trying to learn how to play them and stuff like that, because they are very difficult games to learn. Obviously, it's not as welcoming as other more casual games, like maybe an arena brawler or something like that. But to be honest, I don't want to see an arena brawler Fate Grand Order game, because you only have to look at Bandai and the stuff they've been doing with their games, and how even another game produced by Arc System Works, Kill la Kill, that just didn't go anywhere. So I think if they really make a very visually striking 2D fighting game, and one that kind of keeps people in with the amount of skill level there is to learn about the game, then I think they'll be on something great, man. I mean, you can only look at games like, Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. That, honestly, on a technical scale, the game is actually pretty fun to play. Like, if you actually played it, it runs fine, it plays fine, and, there's a lot of cool mechanics in there to have fun with. And I think there's still people to this day playing that game, and who want it to be, on the big stage with the rest of the fighting games, but it just won't be, because it's just not as popular as the rest of them. And that is just down to the fact that the game doesn't look great, and also it doesn't feature the characters that people wanted to see, like especially the X-Men. So when it comes to making a game like a Fate Grand Order fighting game, first and foremost, it has to look great. And there's no reason as to why it wouldn't, which is why I'm suggesting that Arc System Works would be the guys to take it on, because obviously we've seen from Dragon Ball FighterZ and we've seen from Grand Blue Fantasy Versus that they make some pretty sick looking games. So if they get that right, all you need to do next is introduce the servants that people most likely would like to see. It's going to be impossible to just try and get all the servants in one game. That's not going to work out. But if they find the right balance and add to it over time, then it could be a very, very solid franchise. Honestly, these games are becoming more and more, I wouldn't say casual friendly, but they're becoming more and more open to new people joining and enjoying the games too. So that's just my 2 cents on the situation right now, and I just wanted to make a little something to sort of put that out there and say, hey, this is possible, you might want to try it. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section below, and if not a fighting game, what else would you like to see from Fate Grand Order? Because I still would like to see another like action adventure title, something similar to Fate Grand Order Arcade, because I played it myself actually when I visited Japan, and the game's really fun to play. But in terms of bringing that to a console setting, I just don't think they could take Arcade and put it on a console, just because the nature of the way the game's played. You basically pay for a certain amount of stamina, and then once that runs out, obviously you have to put in more money again to continue playing, and then to even collect cards or have them printed out, you have to pay for them. And obviously, since it uses the real cards that it prints out for you out of the machines, I don't know how they would incorporate it in a console. Maybe, I guess they'll just let you keep them virtually on the game. They would have to change, but they would have to change the certain makeup of the game in order to have it work on a console, which I just don't think they would be prepared to do, because it does cut off a lot of the funding that they would get from people playing the game. But you know, you never know what would happen. But yeah, that's just me. I just wanted to ramble on a little bit today. Hopefully I can get more videos like this out, because now I just want to push myself to just whatever's in my head, just throw it out there, and maybe someone would listen to it, I don't know. But yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.